Okay. I don't know what that was about, but I believe it is resolved. And counting on Bookshop to let me know. In the meantime, let's razzle. I'm gonna get attacked, aren't I? Oh, not by you. I mean, yes, by you, but... Arrow! Best reasons to run away from those guys. That guy. You're gonna be one of those guys. Spear? Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Sweet. What else do I got? Boom. Hooray. That was pretty broke. Alright. Got some people here. Let's see. Anybody having any trouble? Everything working out okay this time? Maybe. Maybe not. Well, either way. Either way what? I don't know. Life goes on. It's not like either way there will be streaming. Well, I have every intention of getting better at this as I go, so if you're missing anything, you won't be missing anything as good later. This is me rested. Functional. Barely done even any drinking.
Hey.
Alright, this place is more interesting than it was before. Got a frog. Aeclus's favorite frogs. Oh boy. Well, guys are boring. Korok. Yeah. Wow, these are pretty. Meh. Okay. This may not be the moment for this. Cool. Alright, off we go. Let's see. Probably some bears here that can kill me. Oh, some deer. If we can. Alright. Okay. Stop it. Some off-screen off the rock somewhere. Yeah! Let's break that. Thank you for taking the time to scream. It's very useful to me. Yeah, why not? Get some local spearing out of the way. Probably is pretty good for getting a boar. Yep. You gotta learn from the natives. Nothing owns colonial Spain as hard as colonial Spain owns itself. I should probably endeavor to make slightly more sense than that. I was thinking about El Dorado, which, as the love of my life read has eloquently stated, is the most beautiful fiction I've ever heard of. Because it's just pure, like, there's no element of, they're just like, it's just pure wish fulfillment, just like wanting it to happen so much that you just send hordes and hordes of Spaniards after a thing that is just not there. And it is truly delicious. One of these has got to be real, right? One is always real. actually farm these later. Cookpot. Ah! Let's see what else we got. Looking cool. Stealth. Ooh. Critical cook. Low stealth for a long time. Okey-dokey. Let's just eat that, cause why not? Ooh. Oh, it's loafing. Oh, well. Never mind. Okay. Cursed statue's eyes. Okay. Oh, I should have probably gotten that tower, huh? Oh well. I'll get it later. Anything interesting in here? Huh. Surprised. Ooh. Man, this reminds me of... Man, Vietnam.
Hi.
Hi, hi. Cushy? I mean, it's going alright. Except for the fact that I am, like, apparently having zoomies at 1:30 in the morning. That doesn't bode super well, since I'm really looking forward to my day tomorrow. And, kind of shooting myself in the foot a little bit here, but... Also, I finally got out of the Great Plateau and want to run around. Oh, another one of you guys. To kill me. I know. That is absolutely true. This game is a masterpiece. Alright, do I even have a weapon? Fine. Okay. Oh. Just get that. Oh, wow. Who runs out of shields? Oh, it's because I was doing that, like, training thing last, wasn't I? Ha. Alright, I'll kill you with something. Haha. Ha. And some bonus rice! Oh, hey! Cool, cool. Excellent. How old is your niece? Whoa. 2? Man. Getting her started early in that whole nerd stuff, huh? That's how you do it. My buddy is getting, his little niece a chocobo in a mage costume. Because she fell in love with one in his. And is just going to be like, what? And just like recognize this nerd stuff. You gotta train them early. Just like me in my like Super Mario World. Oh dang. I totally thought that I had... Alright, fine. There. Die. Cool, cool. Well, the world needs more e-girls, so I approve of your spectacular niece training. I, myself, identify as the oldest e-girl in the world.
Ooh.
Which is why I needed to start streaming.
Eh?
Whoa. I know.
Ooh.
Alright, fine, I'll eat something. If you insist. Man, I was so sure at that last Nintendo Direct they were going to say something about Breath of the Wild 2. I mean, it made for a really spectacular, like, contrast with, all of the cyberpunk stuff that the first thing they did was say, I'm sorry, I know we want Breath of the Wild 2 stuff, I'm sorry, there isn't any. Which I respect, because it would have been such a thing. Like, everyone would have talked about it if they hadn't been super upfront, explicit, and apologetic about it. Moblins. But, man, that whole cyberpunk debacle was great. Now they just kept managing to piss people off worse and worse with every non-announcement that they made. It was delightful. Do I not have a weapon? Is that why I'm not hitting this? Man, that was such a good, like, stealth approach, too. Oh well, that's fine. Boom. Take that. Yes, yes, I know. There's a town, there's a shrine. We know how this works. Oh no, I'm picking up Akos is complaining about the game working properly. Don't let me do that. drives me nuts. Sorry, I'd save you, but there won't be any rewards now that you have stars. So, no, I won't. Yay! Wow, so racist! Oh my god, not even try- oh. Oof. Not a good look, Thad. What Pokemon are you going to dress your niece up as? I feel like Piplup is recently a thing for some reason. Piplup would be an amazing baby costume. Oh, right. You're gonna lead me to the crazy, creepy statue. Will it actually, like, get me lower than 3 hearts? She has horns! I'm on a quest for pretty girls with horns. Or pink ladies. To do that. Of course. Get the stamina. Where? Totally. I'll be back when I feel like getting the Master Sword. Oh, but I should probably mark this because I get so lost trying to find this spot. Right, what kind of shrine are you, baby? Aww. You done with your zooming? Good boy. Oh, I'm really gonna have to actually, like, hold my Joy-Cons straight. I think the Switch completely stole my heart when I realized that I could just hide under blankets and still just, like, play my game in whatever position. What just happened? Alright. Technical troubles resolved. Well, one of them. It is wild that I'm just doing this with the Joy-Con. That is, like, not recommended. Usylles Saph, the channel you come to for do as I say, not as I do tips. Which is actually perfect considering my moniker. Make a move, you useless Sapphic. Do as I say, not as I do. Whoa, no! Too much. Okay. A little more gentle. Yeah! Hey, hey, come on! Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Come on. Yes, you can do it. A little lower. Yeah, that'll do. That is definitely the fastest that has gone for me. I clearly zenned out on that one. Which is funny, because that was kind of one of my old monikers. Not in the way that I just said it, though. Zenning out. I don't know why that matters to me. Wow! Yeah, no, back to brand. Wild inconsistency. Wild. And I just, like, knocked the rest of this puzzle completely out of the park, too. Is it too high? Okay, we'll fall one more time. Yep. Alright. We'll fall one more time. Whee! Why? What is this fascination I have with not running back? I needed a fairy. Oh yeah, that's such good game playing. And I should just keep streaming this late just to feel better about being not the only insomniac on Earth. Bye. Yeah, I had to use a fairy rather than just run back and... Oh, cool. Frag quote. Those are kind of neat. I actually remember to use them for things that they're good at. They're like sniper bows. I'm just assuming that that's gonna, like, let me not have to do that. I was wrong. There's probably... Yep, a better way to leave. Well... There we go. Cool. Whew! The next cat that jumps on me will be named Cushy's niece. That's better. Alright. Party on. Now what? Okay. How about I... Wait. How am I doing for... How do I check how many orbs I have? Inventory star stuff. 5. Wow. Yeah, I should get a thing. I never quite remember where... It's back here somewhere? Oh, that sounds like a red... Oh, yep. Pretty harmless right now. There's always alarming. This is the most, like, discordant, like, charming place, alarming first red moon I've ever experienced. Like, I'm not out in the wilds. I'm in this, like, nice, peaceful town that seems untouched by the war.
Link. Link. Be on your guard. Ganon's power grows. It rises to its peak under the hour of the blood moon. By its glow, the aimless spirits of monsters slain in the name of the light return to flesh. Link, please be careful.
My god. I actually really like this iteration of Zelda, but this voice acting drives me nuts. Like, what is this like cheesy Ren Fair made up, like, goofy accent bullshit? Like, I remember registering the voice acting as generally bad, and then when I played it a second time, I was like, no, it's just Zelda. It's just Zelda who drives me crazy. Just grating. And I actually really like her characterization. Which is like, she even has one. Which is particularly wild because this game basically has no story or character development or anything, but it has a great Zelda with a terrible voice, which is outrageously distracting. What am I doing? Alright, fine. I'll go to the thing. I hope you are open at all hours. Man, I am totally the girl who gets, like, super overly fixated on random minigames. There's a minigame here, which I'm sure, like, a lot of people have not even realized is here, where you, like, shoot some deer. And, oh man, I get so fixated on it. Which is nothing compared to, like, the minigames in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know what it is they have power over me. I played, in Kingdom Hearts 3, the minigames for, just like Winnie the Pooh, which were just, it was Candy Crush, like it wasn't even anything. But I played forever. To say nothing of the Tangled, like, dancing minigame, I loved that. That one I don't even have, like, some kind of self-deprecating, like, anything about. Like, it was just awesome. It was just awesome, and I regret nothing. But yeah, somewhere in all of this junk is like a mini game having to do with shooting deer. Oh, it's that Tendo Beach thing. Thing that really doesn't seem like it should be as hard as it kind of ends up being. If you do it as early game as the game intends you to. I really love these stone lanterns. There's something extremely satisfying about lighting them. And just like the art and aesthetics of this game are top-notch. And it's just now occurring to me that this sort of like fake language, the fake written language, although it is actually a code, like it's a one-for-one code now that I think about it, but it reminds me of Animal Crossing with the like, sort of like ubby-dubby, kind of looks like a thing. It feels almost like language. I made one of my Animal Crossing, what's it called? Like, phrases, like the catchphrases. I made one of them, cheer. And they read it as chew. Like, they can understand what I wrote as chew, and they all say chew. And I'm just blown away. I'm delighted. And it makes me very curious as to how exactly they program those. Alright, we'll have to deal with you pretty shortly. Tiny woman! Tiny woman! Don't buy it for a second. Oh wow, is that passive world building? You've never seen so many books in one place? Ugh, man. I am so much more like myself right now. Am I gonna have to be a 2 o'clock streamer? I don't want to be a 2 o'clock streamer. Acless is a 2 o'clock streamer. It makes me crazy, because I want to sleep. Apparently I don't. I want to talk, and I want to stream. We're gonna have to fight over this time slot. Like... well... I will lose on... tube top cleverness alone. I wonder if I can find it. Oh. Oh my. It might be here somewhere. Oh, I now want that tube top more than anything else in the world. Apparently you can't just like run off when you're like streaming for people though and like look for tube tops. Snappity stop. I have heard that there's like a bunch of story in Hyrule Warriors, and I did intend to play it, but I did not get around to it. But I am very curious, and I expected that just like my passive media consumption will have caused like YouTube to just tell me what happens in it, but it didn't. So, I don't know. A tiny woman. Okay. What exactly? How do I... Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. You're just so mercenary. I love it. Okay, I was just thinking that all that snappity snap stuff sounds like she's trying to sound young. And I love that it is explicitly confirmed that she's trying to just like, you Pokemons. Hey, Wolf. Yeah, no, I have noticed that Twitch gets kind of funny if you go on and off. I was having some connectivity problems and some whatever, so I had to like start and stop a little bit. And I have noticed when watching A-Class that if he kind of like stops and then comes back on, all of my apps and shit get confused about whether or not something happened and don't notify me. But yeah, no, I am not only live, I am live. I am discovering that I am way more on at 2 in the morning, which is not boding well for my life, generally, but, you know, at least for the moment, it's not bad. Yeah, what would you know about being on at 2 in the morning? Not you. Hang on. Hate this bullshit. Go away. No! Wolf, you're still there, right? Okay, yeah. Good. Because it asked me if I wanted to ban you. No, not you. Yeah. Ugh. I remember that time you had that kid. There was another kid that we were discussing. Cushy's niece. Who is twice as old as your kid. Pretty awesome. It's basically exactly what we're discussing. How awesome we're doing. And how we shouldn't be doing this awesome at this time of night, but, you know, sometimes... Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be. There's literally nothing to be at 2 in the morning other than this comfy. Here, you want to see comfy? This is how you comfy. Look at that. That's some comf. You want to take some notes? This is how you comf. Oh, look at their face. Comf cat. My, like, Mickey Mouse fuzzy pants that I found at Savers. Alright, so have I been given the blue flamey thing? Carry the blue flame. Okay. I'm gonna need... Do I have any socks to spare? You know, I do have these incredible socks. These incredible kitty socks that are the exact colors of my differently colored kitties. Which I'm just gonna have to wear now. Thanks to Musk. So... Alright. Here we have our delightful fuzzy socks. Our fuzzy paw socks. See the toes? See the toe beans? They're not as good as real toe beans, but they are pretty good for socks. Off we go. Okay, so it does actually mark where the... Well, I am the absolute master of nesting. I have a heated blanket right here. So I am always cold. Should I just do the tower first? Yeah, I think I'll just do the tower first. I know. I mean, I basically end up... Like, I don't mean to, but I end up picking this game up, like, without fail, like clockwork every winter. Because it's so depressing when it is dark at 4 p.m. But this game, especially on a big screen TV, it is just like it is bright day and warm. So if you're remotely, like, mood affected by it getting dark way too early, this game was very therapeutic for me. You know, I think that there's a real argument there for best game ever made. I think that's, like, not a crazy stupid thing for people to say, even though best blank ever usually is. Which is, like, outrageously hypocritical for me to say, because I'm a very best blank ever kind of person. Yeah, me too. The story, I was just talking about the story, but I was also saying that, I've heard that Hyrule Warriors has a lot of story. And I haven't picked up Hyrule Warriors, so I don't actually know, and I shockingly haven't picked it up just through passive media consumption. So I have no idea what the story in it is, but I've heard it's pretty story dense. And I do get the sense sometimes when I'm playing this game. Well, I guess two things. The socks convo. Rip the socks convo. Sometimes I feel like I don't speak the language. You're gonna have to translate for me, Musk. By the way, that's not like of the Elon variety, is it? In terms of references, I'm not literally asking if you're Elon Musk. There was a very illuminating recent episode of Beyond the Bastards. Sorry, Behind the Bastards. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it was co-op, but that makes perfect sense. Oh, it's such a good podcast, man. It's a great way to kill, like, a lot of time while doing a lot of chores. And the dude is, like... Oh, so white. He's so white, but it's great. Dude, I think you need some socks. Do you need, like... Are you asking for, like, a dom to tell you to get socks? Oh, wait, Cinema Critique, wait, we are in my universe. Hold on, what Cinema Critique YouTubers are you watching? You should watch Filmjoy, and you should watch Overly Sarcastic Productions, even though it's not exactly the same thing, even because I'm in love. Small beans. What? Is that a thing that I don't know about? Is there a media critique thing that's good that I don't know about? Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, no. Cracked is, like, better content than it seems like it should be. Oh, like what? Tell me about the podcasts. And you must get some socks. Just wear socks. You're cold. Or get a blanket. Or, you know, a cat. Here. The orange one turned into a black one. Black and white. Get the first 2 socks that you can that don't match. If you find 2 socks that match, you need to find another sock. Wear 2 socks that do not match. Cohen Brothers podcast, okie dokie. Okay, I'll tell you what I love. So, you lost? Lost how? Like, do you have a gambling problem? Did you lose them in a game of poker? Okay. Kings of King. Oh, I did hear of Kings of King. I think I heard it promoted on one of my other podcasts. Huh. Okay, I've just watched Arlo's video on being addicted to Monster Hunter Rise. Aklis's sister is also, like, obsessed with Monster Hunter Rise. I'm slightly terrified because I'm definitely going to be obsessed with it when I pick it up. However, Pokemon Snap is coming out in, like about a week, and I've only been waiting for that game my entire life. Man. When to pick up a game that everyone agrees is outrageously addictive. Those are usually my winter games. You know, like, it's dark and depressing. And my brain can't tell what time it is. No, hey! Okay. Well... I'm sorry, are you still talking to me about socks right now? Is that what's happening? You've distracted me and I've fallen. I don't understand the question. You know what, Mus, let's square you away, okay? I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna stand here, I'm just gonna put this on my head. There. Musk, what do you need? I'm here to help. You need me to lend you socks. I can't lend you socks, I'm in a computer. Or a TV or a phone, I don't know how you're watching me. Are we clear on this? Or is there still something that I can do for you? I sincerely want to help in any way that I can. Dang it. Aw, man! First I dropped one and then I dropped the other. Well, alright. Back to Wolf. Film Joy. It's definitely good. Cinema Fix I love. And whenever it actually crosses into film, Hello Future Me is good. Which, I would say is not exactly film, though, most of the time. And same with, like, overly sarcastic productions, but I would be remiss if I didn't... Oh, wow, yeah, no, I don't think I can actually do this. I don't think this is possible. Yeah, no, that's just not gonna happen. Teehee. This is the precise amount of attention that is required for playing a game. Yup. ADHD in action. Nope. Stop whistling. Alright. Yeah, I know, right? I'm shocked that I survived too, but that's mostly just being a not white, not NT girl person who is loud and opinionated. And who can't seem to provide socks to Musk. And I'm just getting increasingly nervous at my continuing disappointment to Musk. Man, I could really use director piece theater. What? How are you listening to so much? Okay, absolutely on the speedruns of Breath of the Wild. Those are entertaining as fuck. For sure. There is something mesmerizing about them. What am I even doing? Why am I doing this? This seems pointless. There we go. There's that death. There's the death we were all waiting for. Okay. What am I doing? I've lost interest in this. Let's go somewhere else. Let's do something else. Oh, dude, I do that for literally everything. Like, I have my Thursday night epics. We are currently watching Jane the Virgin because it's incredible. And I have 3 whole cats worth of cleaning to do before I can have people over and have, like, self-respect. So, just, lately it's just been so much behind the bastards. So much. But I'm pleased that you're doing, like, film critique that is totally different from the film critique that I am used to. I want to, like, talk about stuff. That sounds fun. What's an interesting film critique thing that I've seen recently? Oh, so many moblins. Oh, I don't want to deal with you guys. Although that's what the whole blue flame thing is, which is what I'm clearly following, so I don't know. I still refuse to wear a shirt. Free the nipple. We need to trade more recommendations. I have been feeling low on... I've definitely been feeling low on podcasts recently. Oh boy. Huh. The Take is one of my favorites. I love The Take. The Take is why I learned that I'm an e-girl. The oldest e-girl in the world. I guess that didn't count. Oh hey. Chest. Did you know that Scott Pilgrim is coming to theaters on like the 30th with like upgraded graphics and sound and shit, and Edgar Wright is all, this is the best version of this that has ever existed, yay. How did this get made? I remember like all of the How Stuff Works podcasts way back in the day, just forever ago, when I first started experimenting with podcasts. Sounds like I'm talking about drugs. Oh wow, he actually attacked a shopkeeper, dude. Fine. Well, okay, poke you. Bye. Yeah, I was saying that the how stuff works stuff was like this weird thing where I couldn't figure out why I couldn't stand it. And to this day, I don't know what it was that grated me so much, but I could never, like, I wanted to listen to it. In theory, I liked the content, but I couldn't. I don't know why. I never figured it out. There was something about the execution that I always found annoying. And I know it wasn't like, because, like, okay, I really love Behind the Bastards. That dude is white as fuck. Like, my god. But it doesn't really bother me because it's just heightened enough to be like a persona and a brand that I can appreciate it. Like, it doesn't feel as smug as all of the real people that I'm constantly surrounded by. Who don't hear what they sound like to me. Huh. That's interesting about the book's ending. I always thought that the book's ending felt most right to me. I've actually gone up in appreciation of the movies because of my appreciation of Edgar Wright's general filmmaking. But, and also, it just gets so entertaining how outrageously famous everybody in that movie gets. Every time I watch it, somebody else is like the most famous person in existence. Oh, I am absolutely still obsessed with that movie. I'm like independently obsessed with Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza and Kieran Culkin. We have like 2 Avengers on there. It's awesome. That movie smokes. Oh, is that how the book ended? I no longer remember exactly how the book ended, I guess. But it felt... I think it's because I remember more details other than the actual ending of the main story. And the reason that I like the ending more is because I got a lot out of the other endings. So, like, young Neil being gay, and Wallace and his psychic boyfriend moving in together. Like, a lot of that stuff I felt really fit the themes that I had identified in the book when I was reading it. And that's the stuff that I remember more. Oh, and like Scott trying to sleep with Kim and her being like, you're a dick. That was pretty spectacular. I should kick off the Hylian hormone request. Yeah, I think I probably like the book ending because I don't remember anything about the main ending, and I was just really into the other stuff. The nuanced stuff. No, I mean, I think that he's a jerk in the books too. He's just like I said, in one of the things that's in the last book that's not in any of the others is him trying to sleep with Kim for no reason other than like he doesn't really know what else to do with himself, and her being like, you're a jerk. And I would definitely argue that like being more of a jerk does not make you less human, especially if you're a certain kind of white guy character. I feel like it's much more common for those characters to be framed as harmless when they're not. It is absolutely true that all the individual characters are better in the books. I've identified with Wallace forever. I feel like there's a, like, I can see how you might think of that as, like, overly jerky, but I actually see it as the kind of jerky where it's like, oh, you have your parents' money, and I'm in college. Like, which is to me, like, a believable form of jerkiness. I don't know. I have a very different perspective on what makes men jerks. I tend to think it's a lot of complacency and willful ignorance and not listening or bothering and just like being more concerned with like sort of your own I don't know. That he didn't like Ramona? Which scene? Knives? Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. Cause like, the whole thing with Knives I think is way more that like I don't think that he's toying with her at all. I think that the whole point of Scott is that like, he's indecisive and he is kind of aimless and like for him like dating Knives is really easy. Frame rate, huh? Oh yeah. Let's see, can I do anything about that? I should pull an A+ and just... Actually, no, this is not what A+ does in streaming, but... I should just, like, stop playing Zelda, grab Scott Pilgrim, and start reading it. I guess part of it is I don't necessarily think that coming across well makes for better quality. I do think that he comes across more nuanced in the book, but that's almost a weird way of putting it, because the whole point is that he lacked nuance. He was kind of careless and aimless, and it didn't even... And he was so self-centered that he not only didn't notice how he was, like, affecting or hurting other people, it, like, sort of didn't occur to him that he did. So he was a jerk, but, like, in ways that are, I think, underrepresented as jerkiness and, like, very truly meaningful, and ways that people who think of themselves as nice people, like, can be extremely destructive to people around them. Like, that is the type of guy that traumatizes a girl like Knives. And I thought it was extremely telling and in keeping with the themes of the whole story, that at the end, he was just... I mean, I'm probably mixing them up at this point because, like, I'm me, and I don't remember in super huge detail, but I know that at the end of the books, all of us, it was like, it had this great feeling of, like, all of a sudden a person that you meet once is, like, marrying your friend or whatever. It's just, like, this whole feeling of, like, man, the way that you and I interact hasn't changed. Like, we have this band, we have this, like, we're roommates, whatever. But actually, like, your Arrested Development is not reflected in them. It's reflected in your relationships with them. But the truth is, you're the only person who's not growing up and moving on and developing their lives, which is why all of a sudden at the end it seems like everyone has their shit figured out except for Scott. Because Scott has been sort of assuming that like everyone behaves this way and they don't. They've just been sort of like reacting to him on his terms, and his terms have been complete arrested development. Because he just hasn't bothered, and I feel like the book kind of took him to task way more about like how destructive he was in his behavior towards everybody, and like everyone kind of calling him out a little bit more about the fact that like his shit actually affects people. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, I like all of the thematic depth of the books more, but I also kind of think of Scott Pilgrim as one of the earliest sort of like multimedia experiences, as opposed to, oh, book versus movie. Partially because I am obsessed with the video game, and like there are crosses between, and like the movie came out before the last book was like written, and like the way that the interaction of I know that yes we did because I was obsessed with it and it froze, right? Right. I remember. Yeah, no, it got re-released and that was a big deal for me and Aklis. Maybe I'll do some streaming of it. I love that game. You know that. I do love that game. But yeah, the game had the like the music monster, which is from the movie and not the books, and like the ending of the movie is definitely like a very well done ending, but is not any kind of interpretation of the ending of the book, because the ending of the book didn't exist at that time, and it was just like one of the much earlier examples, and like a really successful one, where I felt like every piece really held on its own. And each one really felt like it was good at being the thing that it is in its own medium. The movie's a good movie, the comics are good comics, the game's a good game, and they all add something, and they don't like rely on each other so much that it's clear that one is the progenitor of quality that then gets like moved on to like clearly to the next. They really feel like this sort of cloud of content, which I really adore, and it felt very modern, especially at the time, and I feel like it's become much more of a like template for how media is moving. Wow, I just did the most ADHD loop ever. I definitely like wandered off from here in the direction of the yellow circle, did sort of nothing, and then came back. Oh shoot, I was not paying attention. What happened? Why did I fall? Huh. Oh boy. Oh, I'm not getting out of here. Oh, I did. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I do actually know. I wasn't confused. I was trying to parse the white mainly cis guy. Gaming culture I grew up with was really shown in a movie. Why is that weird for white cis guy? Because it should have been shown earlier in something? I don't know. I also, as a, like, nerd, latched onto it. Well, yeah, but it's actually fair to be like, I mean, gaming culture in any remotely nuanced way being shown in mainstream media was something that probably started around there. Like, I actually do think that Scott Pilgrim was meaningful to a lot of people for that reason. And as a not those things that you self-identified as, like, it meant a fuck ton to me. And, you know, a lot of it was because that was the closest that I would ever get to feeling kind of represented until people started representing that culture in my skin, which is not a lot, but yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you that um, white nerds were not well represented either, and something felt authentic and in group about the representation from Scott Pilgrim. About, like, it felt like being spoken to from within. And it was the moment that it felt like our people were getting older and starting to make media. And then The Magicians was the moment that I felt that my people grew up and made media for the first time. I think it's the rain. I mean, not like, I mean, it's definitely not the rain. It's definitely like actual connectivity. But I think that the rain is making it harder. Frame rate always gets kind of wonky with rain. Man. Frame rate, what are you doing and why? And how do I make you stop? Oh, it's actually saying that it's okay now. Well, thank you for watch docking my frame rate. I appreciate that. No, in the game. When it rains in the game sometimes gets laggier. I checked the stats and I don't see any issues, but that just means I have no clear way to fix it. Yeah, no, I mean, it does appear to be some kind of connectivity issue. Huh. Let's see. Do I have anything slowing shit down? Alright, well, fingers crossed. Alright. What should I do? I mean, I don't know if I'm seeing it either. I don't know if I, like, want to. I have a Blu-ray of this movie. I just think it's, you know, cool. Whatever. Noteworthy. I don't know. Frankly, I'm no good at actually knowing what I'm going to be doing anymore. My life has changed so dramatically. I don't know how I'm being a person who's streaming a thing. I don't know how I have cats here. Oh, yeah, the Cornetto trilogy is fucking brilliant, and I am obsessed with it. It's the best. The more I learn about it, the more I love it. But I've always loved it. it's exceptional. Ugh, I need to pick a direction and do a thing. Fly! Yes, Hot Fuzz is probably my favorite too. I think that World's End is underrated. All of them are great. Edgar Wright is awesome. So is Ryan Johnson. I love Brick. You should watch Film Joy. Film Joy's analysis of the Cornetto trilogy you would really enjoy. Yeah, that's good shit. The one thing about, like, Red that like, separates me from her, separates my soul from hers, is that I think that she's too young to understand why Scott Pilgrim and Edgar Wright stuff means so much to a certain generation of nerds. Oh, you. You with your creepiness.
Huh?
No, just like think memes at her and cry. That's what we do. Totally works. Is there a shop somewhere? Alright. I gotta find... Oh man, are you the weapon kid? Please be the weapon kid. Yes!
Oh.
You're right. That is kind of weird. Like, I mean, power to them. I don't think that they're wrong to identify as such. But yeah, that is... I do feel like the 90s end somewhere in the aughts, though. Alright, fire rod. No, I don't have a fire rod on me. Okie dokie. Oh, good. Got the Traveler's Sword out of the way. Can be such a blocker. Anything good? Oh, yeah. Arrows. Oh, but I don't have any money.
Oh.
Can't help it. Ice balls. Mushrooms, rock salt. Ulysses Saph. Sorry, not Ulysses. Usylles. Usylles Saph is a play on Ulysses, but it's a play on useless Sapphic, which is a reference to the fact that Saphics, women who are into women, just like never ask each other out, make a move, could be madly in love with each other and just think that, like, she just means as a friend, right? Yeah. She says she loves me and wants to, like, sit on my face, but she means, like, as a friend, right? Yeah. I'm sure she does. No. I am not that much of a masochist. At least not that variety. Believe me. It's much more thinking the Odysseus brand. Man, I want these lanterns. Just in my life. Ha! Awesome. The thing is, that's not remotely an exaggeration about what sapphics are like. And my god, the level of just multiplicity that happens when, like, both sides are doing it, it's impossible. It's impossible, we're impossible. I don't even know why I just really, really like the blue flames in these stone, they're just nice. I like them. Oh, really? Oh, man. Dude, that's sweet. Thank you. I love compliments. They're very handy because the world has been telling me my whole life how much I suck at everything. I'm very confused as to what doing something right actually looks and feels like, so it's always news to me. Yeah, I got a compliment. Which is again hysterical because basically you're just like, oh, you can ADHD. Yup. And just talk. Which I don't remotely mean to invalidate others, because lots of people have ADHD in their own ways. Mine is one where I have to have an explicit rule where I keep reminding the dating person that I have that they are supposed to not listen to me. They're learning slowly that it is very important that they not listen to me under certain circumstances that are very clearly defined because it'll be exhausting for them to listen to me. I don't actually care and won't remember. And I... Sweet. And it would be exhausting for me to hold it back just because of social graces. So we have explicit hours where if I'm talking, they're expected to be not listening to me unless I specifically say I want them to listen to me. And otherwise it is on them because I'm telling them don't do it. This is gonna be a great outlet for that. It's like half the reason I wanted Twitch. I actually feel like tuning one out is more of an active process than just not listening with permission. Because I feel like tuning someone out is tuning out somebody who wants you to be listening to them and is trying to get, and it's a bit of a struggle. Someone is trying to get you to listen and then you are trying to tune them out. This is actively not that. This is, I am talking because it is harder for me to control that, and that energy is better spent doing cool shit. And so I'm gonna talk, but I'm not paying attention to what I'm saying, and I don't care if I don't expect you to be listening, and I don't care if you know what I'm saying. And then you, on your side, just don't listen. Because it's background noise. It's like much less offensive than being tuned out by a partner. Yes, camera! Breath of the Wild snap! Yes, there's been a cat sighting. I am actually surrounded by curled up cats and it's wonderful. Man! Ugh, I keep yelling at Aklis for playing until 3 in the morning and now I'm doing it. Ugh. But look at that. Well, I did the blue flame thingy, so I should probably stop. I'm also very hungry. A tiny woman. Well, this is the easy one. The hard one is the next one. Yeah, I will do that later. I don't really want to do that right now, so I'm not gonna do that. Bureau. Sweet. Alright, y'all. Make food. Alright, I'm gonna do some scrounging. And maybe I'll even sleep, we'll see. But this is fun! I like it! I like streaming. Streaming is fun. Night, y'all.